Hi everyone, it's Ruby G. Welcome to Truth in Neurons. Today we're going to be talking about the 8-hour silence, the price of a tear, and the courtroom performance we're not allowed to question. In the glare of cameras and the quiet formality of the courtroom, Dylan Mortensen, one of the surviving roommates from 1122 King Road, took her place to deliver a victim impact statement. She spoke of terror and loss of the night her friends were murdered. Her voice cracked, her eyes welled. She reached for tissues.
He didn't just take them from the world. He took them from me, my friends, my people who felt like my home, the people I looked up to and adored more than anyone. He took away my ability to trust the world around me. What he did shattered me in places I didn't know could break.
So yes, Dylan cried. Judge Hippler, presiding over the victim statements, appeared to wipe his eyes as well. But tears in a courtroom, whether genuine or staged, are not evidence. They are theatre. They are optics. And until Dylan sits in an open court under oath and answers the 8-hour silence without theatrics and without a donation meter running in the background, her credibility remains untested. In a case this fractured, where timelines are porous and physical evidence raises more questions than answers, unchallenged testimony is not justice, it's narrative control. I would like to reiterate, optics can be deceptive. While tears can be the purest human expression, they can also be manufactured. Any actor will tell you that. Tear-inducing balms, looking like simple lip gloss, can trigger convincing sobs. There are online tutorials for crying on demand.
So it's like kind of like Vicks Vapor Rub.
For your eyeball.
Okay, can't wait to do this.
To this day, people always come up to me and say, I saw that with Bryce Dallas Howard. Did you guys fake that? No, we didn't. You
Other one?
absolutely did it on camera. I think we have a clip of that.
To give Home Depot what they're due, because it's not fair. It's a company. It's in a company that should be compensated. That was so crazy.
It's all I know how to do.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. But I was thinking afterwards, I don't know if you were channeling a memory or what you, because I was talking about the Home Depot and you cried. That's a sign that you're an amazing actor, but I don't know if that's a technique
It's technical.
It's technical.
It's something that can be learned and taught, and you just need to give me a little bit of money.
Right.
And I'll give you all secrets.
I am not an actor.
I'm sure everyone in here has seen The Imitation Game. There is that beautiful scene at the end of the film where he breaks down. And I remember asking him, like, how did you do that? And the technique that he told me was this kind of thing that he's able to do with his diaphragm, which is almost like laughing. I'm probably giving away his secrets here.
In a courtroom where public opinion can be as decisive as evidence, the line between raw emotion and strategic performance blurs quickly. In Dylan's case, we can't know whether her tears were real or rehearsed, but we do know they serve a purpose. They reframed her public image from a witness with unanswered questions to a figure of unquestioned sympathy. And here's where that gets lost in the emotional haze. Dylan Mortensen has never testified under oath in open court about the most glaring hole in this entire case. The 8-hour gap between when she allegedly saw the masked intruder and when 911 was finally called. Yes, she reportedly gave a private statement to the grand jury early on, but the grand jury is a closed, one-sided process. The defense is not there to cross-examine. There's no transcript for public review, and according to some who've heard accounts of that testimony, it didn't wash over well. Some called it inconsistent, others said it sounded off, but it was still enough to help secure an indictment. That is not justice, that's choreography. Because here's what we still don't know. After more than 2 years, Was there pressure to keep her and Bethany Funk out of the public view to protect the university and the single suspect theory? Bethany's own actions add to the unease. She didn't appear in court at all. Instead, her statement was read aloud by a neighbour. A statement containing odd details like calling her father about a toothache around 8 a.m, her father being a dentist. All while, the official narrative claims the bodies weren't discovered until hours later.
When I first woke up that morning, I had no idea what happened. I woke up around 7 with a terrible toothache, so I called my dad, who is a dentist, and he asked what I should do. He told me to take Advil, so I did, and I went back to sleep. I was still out of it and still didn't know what happened. If I had known, I of course would have called 911 right away. I still carry so much regret and guilt for not knowing what had happened and not calling right away, even though I understand it wouldn't have changed anything, not even if the paramedics had been right outside the door.
From a forensic psychological standpoint, trauma can explain confusion, delay, and even memory gaps. But it doesn't explain shifting stories that always seem to align with the prosecution's needs. And it doesn't justify protecting a witness from cross-examination while the same witness benefits from a public image makeover. And in Dylan's case, a surge of GoFundMe donations following her televised tears. Crowdfunding is a contamination risk. It rewards the version of the story that generates the most sympathy, not necessarily the most accuracy. And it sends a dangerous signal. The narrative that sells best online is the one most likely to survive. When prosecutors, judges, and key witnesses appear emotionally aligned in court, it destroys the illusion of impartiality. The fact remains, and this cannot be said enough, Dylan Mortensen has never testified under oath in open court about the most glaring hole in this entire case. The 8-hour gap between when she allegedly saw a masked intruder inside 1122 King Road and the 911 was finally called. No explanation under oath, no timeline tested under cross-examination. No opportunity for the defence to probe why early police reports barely mention her. We don't see the bushy eyebrows in any of the newly released Moscow police reports. That's odd. Instead, we've been given a curated version of Dylan, one tearful public statement, one private grand jury appearance, and a protective wall of prosecutorial optics that keeps her from the one arena where she can be truly measured in open courtroom. If justice means anything, it means witnesses whose testimony is central to the case face questioning in the light of day. Until that happens, the 8-hour silence isn't just part of the timeline. It is the timeline, and no amount of tears, public sympathy, GoFundMe dollars can erase that absence. All for today's episode of Truth and Neurons. If you found this analysis helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave a comment below with your thoughts on the ethics of media commentary in high-profile cases. Until next time, keep thinking critically and questioning everything. Cheers, bye.